hitting the on-air sign, which means we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, how the hell are you? Another edition of the weekly live Q&A. Solo this time, right? Last time we had Sophie hanging out, so that was pretty cool. And so it's just me today. Sorry to dumb it down for you guys, but it's just me hanging out. As always, we try to show off a customer guitar, and we try to have a deal of the live. That's what we try to do. We don't always do that, but it's time for you guys to ask whatever questions you want to know. So if you want, go ahead and start typing your questions in. And it doesn't have to just be guitar related. It could be food, life, movies, TV, racing, whatever the hell you want to ask. So that's what the Q&A is for. Please, try to be respectful of other people. Just type your question in one time. Don't spam the guys. Typically when they see, you flooding in with the same question over and over again, they're just going to ignore you on purpose. Maybe even, give you the ban or whatever, which that sucks. We don't want that. So let's all play nice. And let's have some fun for the live Q&A. Wanted to also tell you guys too, Dean Lamb has his limited edition signature model, 2 configurations. They're almost sold out. There's only a couple of spots left. I imagine it's going to sell out, either today or tomorrow. So if you guys have been wondering or wanting a Dean Lamb 8-string, it's your last chance to get in on that before the run totally fills up. It's not a run, I should say, before his limited edition signature model sells out. Dean's is based on an Aries bolt-on. It has a custom longer horn on it to give a little better balance. And there's 2 finishes available, either the matte black with gold hardware, or there is the black and green splatter. So both have been really popular. In fact, I think we're almost split right down the middle on sales of those. I really thought the green and black one was going to crush, but it's still doing well, but so is the satin black and gold. So I just want to give Dean a shout out on that. Last chance to get in on one of those. Let's dive right into my deal of the live. This is a RS. It's a build I put through. It's gorgeous. It has a gold top on it, gold hardware, rear natural clear. So you got that beautiful gold kind of binding look, rear natural clear, mahogany body. You have a roasted neck and fretboard. Look at that gold hardware on that thing. I just had to put one of these through. Black dots, 10-inch fretboard radius, thicker neck profile, all the classics you would want, I think, in a retro solo. And then, of course, that reverse headstock with the Drop Shadow Gold logo, white truss cover, white pickguard. I think it looks badass. This guy is going for $21.99, shipped right to your door. Hell of a guitar. A little bit of some kind of large compression flame in there, just a hint of it, not a lot. And the mahogany's got a little bit of figuring to it, actually, just a little bit. So definitely a gorgeous instrument. So someone's going to be stoked on this one. If you're not familiar with our RS, it's loaded with the Seymour Duncan Antiquity pickups, the Telly style pickups, 25.5-inch scale. We use the Wilkinson ashtray style bridge, and we do actually have the ability to set the intonation properly with the compensated saddles. So it's definitely a really cool setup. If you don't have an RS, this one's pretty special. I've never seen one like that. That's why I put the specs in. I just wanted to build a maple top, mahogany bodied gold top. So it's kind of got like a little bit of that Les Paul kind of vibe going on, but in the Telly, so Telly style. So super cool. Customer build. I didn't even see this until I kind of, it was sitting here for a little bit and I flipped the guitar around. That thing is badass. Look at some of the flame in there in that top. Reverse Cali burst. This one is for a gentleman named Tyler. Maybe not a gentleman, but a person named Tyler. Maybe he's a brute. I don't know. And look at the completion date on this, 6/9. What are we? May 10th, 11th, 10th, May 10th. So literally a month early, and that can happen from time to time. So walnut body, a beautiful burl maple top, reverse cali burst. Gotta love that royal ebony fretboard. Zebra pickups with gold pole pieces. Looks like we have a beryllium in the neck and a lithium in the bridge. Show off this guitar a little better this way so Brandon can try to grab it. Look at that headstock, royal ebony to match the fingerboard. Let me flip it around. Got that 7-piece neck. Just a gorgeous build. So great job on your specs. This one's super cool. I love the crescent inlay with the staggered offset dots, the white pearl tuning buttons to go with the white inlays. The only thing I probably would do personally is I probably would not have gone with the Purple Heart truss rod cover. I think the back plate's super cool because obviously the Purple Heart stripes, you tie that right on in. I probably would have gone with a white pearl truss rod cover or a cream to tie back in with the cream pickups. That's something you can easily add after the fact if you want to. And if you love it the way it is, then, well, shit, that's all that matters. Who cares what the hell I think? Anyway, so there's that build, pretty sick one. And since we've kind of, been busy with, having artists on, with Sophie last week and Steph a couple weeks ago, I haven't been able to kind of motor through a lot of questions. So let's see if we can get through a good chunk of questions today. So what can I answer for you?
First question is from Mark. He is asking, any multiscale trims finishing up soon?
Should be pretty quick, actually. Yeah, we should have some finishing up pretty soon. I would say another 2-3 weeks. We've had to prove the final samples of those. And the crazy thing is all the guys that have been playing them say they can't get them to go out of tune at all. Any trim can, have a little bit of, I shouldn't say instability, but a little bit of like, you're not going to get down to the cent every single time, on your tuning. But it seems like with this multi-scale trim, it literally does. And you could do stupid shit with the trim and it goes right back perfectly. So we're really excited about that. Can't wait to, for you guys to see how the final version performs and looks and all that. So I'm pretty stoked on that.
Next question is from Justin Lubers. He's asking, are the Crackle Finishes done in batches similar to Sparkle Finishes?
That's a good question. What's up, Justin? Crackles are not done in batches. Yeah, those are done, not necessarily batches. I mean, we might do like 2 or 3 together. But like with the sparkles, we have a minimum of 10 before we spray them. And when we do like the rainbow sparkles, typically we do around 50 of those, which a lot of those have been finishing up and shipping out, the rainbow ones that we did last year.
How often do you ship to New Zealand? Any idea how much that would cost?
So our shipping rates internationally are double what our normal rates are. So I believe we're charging for a headless guitar, I think it's $31 or $35. So around $60 to $70. International, it doesn't matter where it's going. And then a standard guitar is going to be around $80 and a bass is going to be around $100. That's international. Now, you're responsible in your country if they charge VAT, value-added tax. If your country charges that, you'll have to pay that when the shipment shows up. We're not going to pay that for you. So that would be something you'd have to pay when it does show up. Now, the VAT rate is based on the base price of the instrument. So, like, for example, you take an Aries, something like this, all loaded up, is a pretty high dollar guitar, around the $3,000 range. But the Aries base price is around the $1,500 range. So they don't have the ability to see what all the options are and what that would normally cost. So we value these at the base price. So when you're paying your VAT tax, it's based on the base price, not the build price. So anyhow, that does help you guys that are international. I don't know if we ship there often. Yes, we do ship there. And it takes about 3 to 5 days for shipping. Pretty much anywhere in the world. We use FedEx. Unless we can't. Some areas we have to use the post office, which scares the shit out of me. Nothing against the post office, just the tracking system is pretty horrific.
All right, next question. What are your thoughts on a fixed bridge headless guitar versus a traditional guitar with an EverTune for tuning stability and intonation?
Well, I mean, nothing's ever going to beat an EverTune, right? So there's that. It just really depends on what you want. You know, our headless guitars have amazing tuning stability. So do our regular guitars. If you're really wanting something that can never go out of tune and you just want to throw strings on it and not even deal with it, obviously an EverTune's going to be the NBR, the no brains required. Boom, once it's tuned up, you don't have to do anything. So, that can be a great thing. Playing is a little bit different feel, though. What I mean by that is because the EverTune reacts quick to keep the guitar in tune, when you're bending, you have to bend a little further. So that's something that's a little bit of a learning curve. It's not a lot further, but a little bit further to get the note to actually bend. So there's a little bit of kind of a learning curve on an EverTune. Maybe a little bit more effort for those guys, but our fixed bridge systems are amazing, whether it's a headstock equipped guitar or a headless guitar. Headless having better stability, though, than a headstock guitar.
Next question is from Mike Robbins. He's asking, how heavy is the Sophie Lloyd SL6?
That I don't know off the top of my head. I guess it would depend, too, on how you option it out. You know, they are getting chambered bodies, so that's going to be some weight reduction. Are you getting a trim version with the Sustainiac, which is going to be, a decent amount heavier than a fixed bridge without the Sustainiac? So it kind of depends on your configuration, but I would say safe bet somewhere in the 7.5 to 9.5 pound range, depending on how you option it out. Maybe not even 9.5, 7.5 to 9, I would say probably right on that.
Do you offer Hawaiian blue?
We do. We have a color called Hawaii blue, is what it's called.
Francis is asking, any chance of getting Richlight fingerboards of different colors?
Not yet. We'll see how the success continues to go for the Richlight. It seems to be going pretty well. And the only issue I've been having is it does wear our tools out quite a bit faster. So there's, a little bit of a concern there if we started doing a lot more of it and it's wearing tools out. There's costs there, there's labor there, there's downtime there, right? And so when you have tooling costs, labor costs, and downtime, well, that equals a higher price. So, if we did too much of it, or if we did, much more than we do now, it might be too much of it.
Next question is from Jacob. He's asking, could I get a beryllium bridge pickup made with ceramic magnets?
You can't. Then it would not be a beryllium, man. And we don't do custom pickups. So sorry.
Should I buy a Kiesel without trying it first?
Well, so many people do. The good thing about us is for the majority of our builds, they have a 10-day in-home trial period. There are some options you can add that would make the guitar non-returnable. So I would suggest building something up that still has a 10-day trial period. And the way to do that is I would call over the phone, since you're new to the company, and order something or pick up an in-stock that has a return policy. Try it out. And if you don't love it, I want to give you your money back because, we want you to be happy. And if we couldn't make you happy, then, someone else out there will. But we get very, very few returns. It's not very many. And a lot of times people, when they try the guitars, they're hooked. They end up selling off their collections, except for their guitars that have sentimental value, but they'll sell off a lot of their other collection of other brands and replace them with ours. But that's not every case. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion of what is comfortable, what looks great. I just think in this day and age of how far we've evolved, you can't question the quality And now you can't question the customer service. So I think those are two really, huge things that we've come a long way over the last, probably the quality since about 2010, made huge improvements 2015, when we were Kiesel, and continue to, and then the customer service the last couple of years.
Can I order or pay for a custom colored pickguard?
We do not do that. Yeah, it's about having the material here and then cutting it on the CNC, and it's just not something we offer. But there is a gentleman named Ryan Maines. He has a company called Forbidden Engravings. He does do a lot of custom pickguards, and maybe he could be talked into doing a custom colored, like a plastic or other material rather than wood. He typically does wood ones, but maybe he could do something sick for you. So hit up Ryan, Forbidden Engravings.
It's funny you bring up Ryan because the next question is from Ryan.
Oh shit, look at that. Dang.
He's asking, do you watch the Formula One series on Netflix called Drive to Survive?
Yes. So I actually got into Formula One because of that series. I was not previously into Formula One. I mean, I'd watch it with my dad growing up. I'd watch Michael Schumacher. But then when I started racing myself, and we're gone, weekends, and we're doing our own thing racing, it made it harder to watch the sport. Not just Formula One, but any racing sport, because you're a competitor yourself. And then when I watched Drive to Survive during COVID, looking for things to watch, and I watched Drive to Survive, it made me realize, yes, these guys are amazing. They're super talented, the best in the world at what they do, there's no doubt. But they're real people. They have petty bullshit issues they're dealing with too. And it just kind of brought like them mentally down on like a to me, like on like a human level, right? You got to see the human side. And so I thought it was really cool. And so I got into Drive to Survive, and then I got into Formula One, and now I don't miss anything. I watch all the, free practices. I watch quali. I watch, the Sunday Grand Prix, the Sunday pre-race, and then I watch the race. And if I miss it, I record it and I go home and watch it. And I'm like, don't tell me who won. I don't want to know, So I've been all into F1. This will be my third year being really into F1. So it's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. I would love to get my kids to watch it with me, but they don't want to watch it, and it is what it is. And you try to tell your kids sometimes they got to do things for other people, but I don't think they're at that age level to understand that yet.
How do I?
How do you get at that age? How do you do things for other people? For these guys that don't know, my son Zach is the one that's asking that question right now.
Well, the question is, how do I apply for the Kiesel Card?
Okay, so applying for the Kiesel Card, you go to the Kiesel website, and there's some icons on there. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. It should be pretty obvious if my guys have done their job. If not, they're all fired. You should be able to find it on the Kiesel site. And when you apply, it takes, a couple minutes to fill the thing out, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and takes about 30 seconds to get an answer back. Keep in mind, it's not us approving you or not approving you. It's Synchrony Bank. We have nothing to do with the decision. Of course, we'd love to approve everybody or have everybody approved. If you do get approved, write your number down. If you don't write the number down and you just exit out of there, we don't have your number. And you'll have to wait until the card shows up weeks later. Or you'll have to call Synchrony and be on the phone for maybe an hour trying to get some tech support for them to give you the actual number. So make sure you write the number down so that you can actually use it. We don't have a copy of it. They don't, oh, hey, Joe Smith just got approved. Here's his number. They don't keep us in the loop on that.
Next question is from Nathan. He's asking, are Johnny Hyland pickups available on any models or just his signature model?
They're available on other models, yeah.
Scott Janzer is asking, have you seen the new EverTune bass bridge?
What's up, Scott? Yes, I have. I had a brief conversation with Cosmo, the owner of EverTune, and just asked him at some point to send me some samples, and I'll check it out at some point and see how it works. And if it's something we think works great, maybe we can consider adding it. I don't have any pricing. I don't know what the requirements are. I have looked into it that much. All I've done is I was told about it. Someone forwarded me the thing, and I sent him a text while I was sitting on the couch like, yo, why don't you hit me up, man? Why am I finding out about this like everybody else? And I just said, when you have a sample of a 5-string, send it to me, man. So they're still in development. They don't have anything in stock. They don't have anything that they could even send me. So I don't think they're quite ready. They're just doing the normal trade show thing and trying to do the shock and awe. I'm sure it works great. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work great, but they're not ready for production or taking orders. So from what I've been told, no companies have these products. And there was, I think, 1 or 2 bases that are fully finished with the product.
I'm interested in a poplar top with a trans finish. Which coating would do the wood more favors aesthetically, gloss or stain?
Gloss or satin is probably what he meant.
Yeah, it says satin, but I read stain.
Oh, okay. Well, satin is hard to see through. Now, the exception would be raw tone. This is not a raw tone. This is just a regular, what is this? This is just regular satin. So this one shows off pretty good. I know this isn't poplar. It's burl maple. But some angles with satin, I'm going to kind of turn this, and it makes it really kind of glary and hard to see the wood grain. So it's not that satin's not awesome. Satin is awesome. I really like it a lot, and I think our satins are amazing. With poplar, I'd recommend either a raw tone or a gloss. Both are great. Even satin's great. It's just at some angles, satin can be really hard to see the wood. Who the hell thinks the Lakers are going to win tonight, by the way? Who thinks the Lakers are going to put the Golden State Warriors packing on vacation tonight? Granted, they're at the Golden State Warriors home arena, but I don't think the Lakers are going to win tonight. I don't want the Lakers to win tonight. I'm a hardcore Lakers fan, been so since 1987. I'm not some bandwagon hopper that just wants to go for the winning team. I've been pulling for them when they sucked, and they sucked for a long time, and they're doing pretty awesome. So hopefully the Lakers can pull off a big upset tonight, put the Warriors on vacation mode, and then the Lakers can get some rest. My hopes is Lakers Heat for the final, for NBA Finals. Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat lives 2 neighborhoods away from us, one of his houses, obviously, and so him being local is like I'm pulling for my guy there. I haven't met him, but at some point I'd like to meet him, hit up my buddy, he's the mayor, and see if he can make that happen. I think it'd be cool to have Jimmy come by the shop here or something like that, or hang out. Seems like a cool guy.
Next question is from Jeff. He's asking, can a V220 be ordered with a Hipshot trim even though it's not on the builder?
V220. I don't know if we've made that with on a V220. Call Chris Hong. Call up and ask for Chris Hong. He's my kind of V220 Ultra V expert. Ask him. If we've done it, then yes. If we haven't done it, I could be persuaded to do it for a programming fee.
Next question is, what's the weight on the Deal of the Live?
Well, there is no weight. I can ship it out tomorrow. Sorry. Whoa. It's on sale now.
Savannah said she weighed it. It's around 7 pounds.
Oh, Savannah. I'm trying to figure it out over here.
You can figure out the point whatever.
It doesn't feel like 7 to me. It feels a little heavier than that. So I would go with 7.7 is what I would say.
Wow, spot on.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, look at that. Dang.
See if we get to do a little guessing.
Wow. I kind of want to take this one home. Maybe I will if it doesn't sell.
I don't know. I was thinking about taking that one home.
It doesn't have gold frets. What are you doing, dude?
I mean,
Look at that white. I almost put a black guard on there, but I think it looks pretty sick with the white. What do you think?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
With the maple board, I think ebony board would have gone with the black guard, but I think with the maple board, I think the white guard looks sick. I like that little black striping line in there.
We got another question from Justin Lubers. He says, "Our current build time still 16 to 20 weeks?"
About that, yeah. Yeah, sometimes they're finishing up early. Like we have Tyler's over here 4 weeks early. It's pretty amazing. I'd rather get it to you sooner than later. I still have builds that I'm working on that, I have quite a few builds for Jeff to do finishes that are pretty late. The swirls have taken me a tremendous amount of time. So that's eaten into my time. I've had a lot of artists in town, and racing is among us. So that's why I always tell people too, if you are in a rush for something, you're not a patient person, do not order anything for me to work on. Just order it and go. It's done when it's done. So that's just the best way. And if you're in a hurry, don't get anything for me to work on it.
I don't see a lot of bird's eye tops on guitars, and I don't understand why. Does bird's eye not have a good look for tops?
Bird's eye has an amazing look for tops. The problem with bird's eye is it's hard to get boards that are wide enough to fill a whole top. So that's why you don't see it. Typically the trees are skinnier. And so when you cut the wood, you don't have wood that's wide enough, to go half the width of a top. So that's why you don't see it, is because it's not that you can't get it. We've gotten it before. It's just hard to source.
Is the M22 pickup only available on the JB200?
I believe so. Yeah.
Will you... I'm out of turn, but will you drop a guitar to show how sturdy it is?
Sure, if you want to buy it. Just throw that card down. You throw your card down, and I'll drop whatever you want. You can buy ice from me, and I'll drop it.
Nick is asking, have you ever thought of putting either a P90 or beryllium humbucker in the neck on a retro solo?
I have not, but I don't know if you guys knew this. We thought ahead. And on the RS model, this is routed for a humbucker underneath the pickguard. So if any of you guys ever wanted to, all you'd have to do is have a pickguard made, and you can pop in a humbucker in the neck. Pretty awesome, right? Thinking ahead for once.
How much is that nylon string behind you?
Probably a lot. Just being honest. That's a sick piece of bird's eye. It's an upgraded piece, upgraded flame top, expensive paint job. I'm going to say $3,500 if I had to guess, somewhere right around there, but it's a sick one.
I am close to getting a Vader. Before I order, I would love to know if it would be possible to get other pickup configurations.
Yep, you can get pretty much whatever you want. You can get HH, humbucker only, HSS, SSS, HSH. We've even done HS on that too. So you can get a lot. I guess it depends too on what string count and if it's multiscale or not. I'm assuming it's a 6-string because we sell more 6s than anything else. Obviously an 8-string is going to have the 8-string multiscale is going to have the least amount of configurations available.
I think on the builder there's only one.
Only one what?
Pickup configuration.
Oh, well, we should have more than that.
Last I checked, there was only one.
Steven is asking, how about a left-handed deal of the live sometime?
I did that once when we were doing a top thing, and it did sell. So maybe one of these days. It's just hard to do a deal of the live for about 3% of the guitar playing community. When sometimes we do a deal like this, and it's going to 97% of the community, and it's still sitting here. So it's hard for me to justify that to go just to a handful of people that are probably watching. You know, if we have 200, 300, 400 people watching, there's chances are there's, you know, less than 20 left-handed players that could even, you know, play the guitar, let alone buy it.
Jesse is asking, have you ever done ring inlays with a K at the 12th fret?
We have not. No.
What do you guys, as a brand, think sets you apart from all competitors? Why should musicians choose Kiesel?
I think what makes us unique and different from everybody else is, you know, number one, you know, we're family owned. And I know there's other places out there that are family owned. But you look at us and the experience we have, you know, we've been doing this since 1946, third generation now. And the amount of time the employees have been here, I have people who have been here. Robert just celebrated his 40th anniversary here. And, you know, we have so many long-term employees here. So you have so much knowledge and so much experience. You have the value because we sell direct. You know, you have hands-on owners, right? You know, myself and my dad, you know, my dad used to build a lot of the guitars back in the 70s. And even into the 80s would build a lot of the guitars, you know, before having enough staff. You know, myself, I still, you know, work on a lot of guitars. I do the first handmade prototypes for everything. And I feel like, you know, in this day and age, there's quite a few companies that are owned by people that they can't work on a guitar. They can't go, you know, shape a guitar, cut it out, do everything they need to. And I don't know, I feel there's like a disconnect there, you know, with the, you know, the woodworking and the process. So I don't know. I mean, the high value, the experience we have, the quick turnaround too. I mean, you know, yeah, some builds are going to take over 20 weeks, but there's companies that are quoting 2, 3, 4 years. So, and then you have the value. So I just feel like we offer so much, and then we have so much to choose from. I feel like it's like, how can you not buy one of our guitars? Whether you buy other guitars too, that's totally cool, but how could you not have at least one of ours? That'd be my question.
Next question is from Nash. He is asking, hey Jeff, how much extra would it cost me to install my own gold Fishman Fluence modern pickups?
So what you could do is you could ship those Fishmans into us, and I think it's a $50 charge, and we would install your pickups in a build, provided that the build isn't already in the works, right? So part of ordering a guitar from us is giving us all the information ahead of time. So, and if that would be using customer provided pickups, we'd need to know that at the time of the purchase, not after the fact.
Pablo is asking, would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Vader?
Oh, definitely breathe like Vader. Yeah, talk like Yoda is, I mean, sometimes my wording will come out that way, you know, but that voice, I don't know, man. I probably, maybe Mrs. Kiesel wouldn't, maybe she wouldn't be Mrs. Kiesel if I talked like Yoda. But I kind of did breathe like Darth Vader for a while. I had sleep apnea pretty bad, and I had a machine, so my wife would always say she's sleeping with Darth Vader. So I guess I kind of did breathe like Darth Vader before I had my surgery to kind of open up my air passageways.
What is the price of the deal of the live?
$21.99, shipped right to your door with a case.
Can I get a Teal Stain?
Yes.
Can I order a CS6 with an EverTune?
You cannot. The reason for that is the EverTune systems we offer need a large flat area. There are EverTunes that don't need that. I don't stock them. So I'm not offering my CS6 with the style of EverTune that does not require a large flat surface like the systems we do offer.
Can you get a sparkle or metallic finish on the back and a different wood finish on the top?
Metallic, yes. Sparkle, no.
What is your favorite guitar you've ever made?
Favorite guitar I've ever made? That's a hard one. I mean, I've been able to make so many cool guitars. I'm going to say for sure right now, my favorite in recent times at the moment is the all white Vader with white hardware that I made for Steph Carpenter. That right now, I mean, I'm just vibing on that so hard because it's such an amazing thing. Hi. You have the deal of a live sold. Who is this going to?
Nathan McFarland.
Nathan McFarland, thank you. This is an awesome one.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Oh, man, this one's sick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nathan.
You got 2 orders in the
Oh, that's so
in the
cool.
queue, so
Aw,
you had to have that one.
that's awesome. Well, we'll get that out to you tomorrow, Nathan. But yeah, I'm really vibing on that all white Vader. Came out amazing. Steph is super happy, with the guitar, and I mean, just what a combination. The guitar, all white hardware, fretboard being white, in the hands of Steph Carpenter. Amazing. Yeah, just pretty inspiring for me.
Can you do raw tone on a zebra wood top?
We can. Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool look, to be honest with you.
Is there going to be an neck through A2?
No plans on that right now. I mean, we got to see how things go with the A2. So far, they're going really good. No plans on the neck through. We haven't started on one. The A2 was such a cool thing because of the neck heel is more sculpted, and I know we sell more bolt-ons and neck throughs, so it made sense if we were gonna make a second generation version of the Aries. Let's do our most popular, which is the original, which is the bolt-on, not the neck through, not the titanium. The original is our most popular, and we'll see if the A2 takes over for that. We'll have to wait and see.
Can a retro solo be ordered without the comfort contours?
Yes, it could. I would say the neck heel would need to go there. So that slope neck heel is going to need to go there. That's part of the construction, but I can remove the body contour and the arm contour if that would make you happy. Of course, something like that, I would need it prepaid and obviously no return at all, because taking away those comforts, it's going to be really difficult for me to resell unless I find someone just like you, which I'm not going to sit there and hope that happens. So, but yes, we can do that for you.
This is going to be the last question. It's from Tony. He's asking, Jeff, what is your favorite part of running/working at Kiesel?
I would say my favorite part is working at Kiesel. The running is oftentimes, it can be draining. It can be, worrisome. The best part about what I get to do is actually working on the guitars. I get to listen to music, I get to focus on the guitars, and I get to work. And I think a lot of people don't realize how stressful, even when a business is doing great, and we've been doing great, it's still stress. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of, people hitting you up, whether it's artists, people in the industry, employees, and I feel like I'm constantly being asked something, and it can be a lot, So my favorite part is actually the guitars, being able to work on them, get in the shop, and it's relaxing for me. I get to just focus on that, and I love doing these Q&As with you guys. The interaction with you guys, those are my 2 highlights. Of course, being able to work with awesome artists, that's amazing too. But without working on the guitars and without you guys, there wouldn't be any awesome artists because we wouldn't be doing this for a living. So those are still my favorites, and running a business, as every business owner knows, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for being part of our live, part of our week. And I hope you guys all have an amazing week this week. And we'll do this crazy thing all over again next week. And maybe, if you guys are good, We'll try to sneak a factory shop walk through there. Not factory tour, but shop walk. It's been a while. It's been a long time. So hopefully we can sneak one of those in there. I'm out. We'll see you.